allow me to adopt the protocol that has been so ably established. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am delighted to be here this evening at this ceremony to commemorate the launch of the BOSL Global Investment Fund. This is a very special occasion as it marks the launch of the first indigenous mutual fund in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union since the advent of an organized and regulated securities market in the region. The management of the Bank of Saint Lucia, and indeed the entire team at the bank, must be applauded for embarking on this important journey. The records will show that this is not quite the first to be established. There was an early attempt in another ECCU member country in the early 2000s, which got into difficulties early on and failed. We also know that this is not the only fund now operating in the region. Another fund was launched right here in St. Lucia just a few months ago. However, the BOSL Global Investment Fund has the opportunity to distinguish itself, being indigenous to the ECCU, promoted and managed by a St. Lucian institution, and this is significant. As an entity truly indigenous to the currency union, the mind and management are rooted in the region. The fortunes of the entity would therefore be inextricably linked to the fortunes of the region, and the interests of the people of our region will be foremost in the minds of the operators. Further, the fund has the opportunity to establish itself as a truly regional entity, notwithstanding its domicile here in St. Lucia. The market environment in which it will operate lends itself easily to this. We have a fully integrated regional securities market. We have common market legislation and regulation, common market institutions, and the ability to operate seamlessly across a single financial space. Indeed, one of the shortcomings of the failed attempt at a collective investment vehicle in the early 2000s was a narrow country focus, and that stymied its growth and its viability. The lesson, therefore, for the Bank of Saint Lucia Global Investment Fund is that its focus should not be just on Saint Lucia, but on the entire ECCU. From the outset, the fund should be promoted as an ECCU-wide fund, and true and meaningful partnerships should be established with other indigenous institutions in the region to create an integrated network through which the fund could be easily accessible and seamlessly accessible across the region. The fund is established in an organized and well-regulated market environment. It is licensed and regulated by the Eastern Caribbean Securities Regulatory Commission under the provisions of a robust body of legislation, the Securities Act and its regulations. This provides significant benefits to the investing public, and the public could be assured that there are certain safeguards in place to protect the investment from undue risk. One such safeguard is the role that our own group institution, the Eastern Caribbean Central Securities Depository Limited, the role that it plays in the operation of the fund, serving as a custodian, holding the assets of the fund in trust for the members. We at the ECSE Group welcome the launch of the fund. Mutual funds such as this one bring significant benefits to the investing public and provide an important fillip to securities markets. This is true in any market, and in small and fledgling markets such as ours, a strong mutual fund industry can be expected to make even more significant impacts. It is the vision of the ECSE Group to be the medium of wealth creation and capital raising in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. We therefore see the emergence of mutual funds in the region as an important enabler of the vision, given their potential to attract investors into the market. Indeed, we could only be an avenue of wealth creation for people if they participate in the markets. Currently, as we heard from my chairman, the governor of the central bank, based on the holding of registry accounts, only about 4% of the ECCU population invests in the securities market. And this metric varies widely across the 8 countries, ranging from about 1.4% in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to 11% in St. Kitts and Nevis. And I know some of you may be wondering, the statistic for St. Lucia is a mere 2.2%, so there's lots of room for growth. In comparison, the estimated proportion in the other CARICOM markets are 14% in Barbados, 8% in Jamaica, and 6% in Trinidad and Tobago. In the US, the percentage of population, as we heard from my chairman earlier, is 60%. What is important to recognize, however, only about 15% of this 60% invest directly in the securities markets. The majority hold their securities through some collective investment vehicle, such as mutual funds like this one, index funds, or retirement accounts such as 401ks and Roth IRAs. While the securities markets in the US and the other CARICOM countries have existed long before the creation of the Eastern Caribbean securities market, there's no denying that the proportion of the ECCU population that invests in the securities market is just much too small. This is something that my chairman, as we heard earlier, laments regularly and has set out to change. At the ECSE, we have therefore embarked on a concerted effort to grow this number over time. And one of the strategic initiatives is the encouragement and facilitation of the development of mutual funds in our currency union. Mutual funds, by pooling the resources of a wide cross-section of investors and investing these in broad portfolios of securities, provide a number of benefits, including diversification, as investors benefit from a level of diversification that few could achieve investing directly. Professional management. The fund is managed by professional investors who make investment decisions on behalf of individual investors. Few individual investors would have the expertise, the time, or the inclination to conduct the research, the market analyses, etc., that are necessary to manage a portfolio in a way that would maximize the returns. The mutual fund does that for you. Accessibility. It provides a convenient way for individuals, especially small investors who may not have large sums of money to invest, to benefit from economies of scale and to start investing with relatively small amounts of money. This would provide a significant benefit to enable them to benefit from the economies of scale, portfolio diversification, and professional investment management. There are other benefits such as liquidity, cost efficiency, risk management, transparency, automatic reinvestment, regulatory oversight, all of which introduces significant benefits for the smaller investor. Globally, the fund industry has grown significantly in recent decades and continues to expand. It is estimated that the industry had assets under management amounting to some $65.6 trillion in 2023, and this is projected to grow at an annually compounded rate of 10.9% to reach a staggering $166.3 trillion in 2032. And the North American market is the dominant segment, accounting for approximately 30.5% of the global market. And open-ended funds such as this one, predominant types, with roughly 82% of the global assets under management. Interestingly, retail investors account for some 58% of the investment fund market at the last check in 2022. And this demonstrates the amazing capacity of mutual funds and other collective investment vehicles to draw retail investors, the ordinary man in the street, into the securities market. The BOSL Investment Fund has the significant potential to broaden the base of investors in the Eastern Caribbean securities market and to securities markets generally as it rolls out its product, not only here in St. Lucia, but across the currency union. We look forward to the benefits that accrue to investors globally being realized in our own currency union, enabling our people to create wealth. In closing, on behalf of the board, the management, and the staff of the ECSE and the ECCSD, I wish again to congratulate the management of the Bank of Saint Lucia on the launch of this important addition to the financial ecosystem in the currency union. We wish you well, we wish you every success, and we stay ready to play our part in ensuring that this could be successful. I thank you.